this video, I'm going to be building every LEGO SpongeBob set ever released. Along the way, I'll be combining them together to recreate Bikini Bottom in LEGO, and hopefully, we'll be able to keep this secret formula safe. We'll begin with Adventures in Bikini Bottom, which comes with SpongeBob's iconic pineapple house. It also includes Squidward's Easter Island home and Patrick's rock. Inside SpongeBob's pineapple, he can start the day by springing into action out of his bed. Of course, he needs to give Gary some much needed pets, and then hit some early morning buckets. Over at Patrick's house, it looks like he's catching up on the most recent MKMBrick uploads thanks to his TV and satellite antenna. At Squidward's place, there isn't a whole lot going on. It looks like SpongeBob is up to no good flinging jellyfish from this cart right at his house. Luckily, Squidward has his own catapult stowed away exactly for this moment. Now it's time for SpongeBob and Squidward to head to the Krusty Krab.
Go, SpongeBob!
It's one of the main locations in the show and the workplace of SpongeBob and Squidward. At the front of the set, there are 4 flags on the roof and a large clamshell sign with the Krusty Krab logo on it. Entering through the doors takes us into the main floor of the restaurant. There's a table and a couple barrels for guests to sit and enjoy a Krabby Patty, which are being cooked up on the grill by the master chef himself. Squidward mans the cash register in front of the kitchen, and Mr. Krab sits in his office greedily counting the money in his safe and making sure the secret formula stays hidden. And out back, there's a dumpster for SpongeBob to dispose of all the leftovers in.
Wonderful.
Now it's time for SpongeBob and Patrick to become heroic heroes of the deep. SpongeBob is equipped with a blue costume and cape, while Patrick is wearing a yellow outfit with green underwear over the tights. They're very reminiscent of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from the show. The boatmobile is extra sporty looking with its red, blue, and yellow color scheme. It's got a propeller on the back with a couple jellyfish launchers on the side. SpongeBob uses a bubble shooter as his main weapon, and Patrick gets a phone for some reason.
No.
Plankton has made his way inside his personal robotic suit to safeguard the secret formula. It looks like Plankton fled to safety at his restaurant, the Chum Bucket, which is the failing competitor to the Krusty Krab. At the top of the building is a large blue hand grabbing the handle of the giant gray Chum Bucket. Entering through the doors with the secret formula in his possession, Plankton can begin attempting to recreate the lucrative Krabby Patty. There's a robotic customer inside that's greeted by Plankton's wife, Karen. We also get a glimpse at some of Plankton's failed projects, like the time he built a burger walker to steal a Krabby Patty for research, or the time he kidnapped and brainwashed SpongeBob, created a robotic version of him, and then infiltrated the Krusty Krab. There's also the Plankton-sized attack tank, which also wasn't very effective. But this time, he's cooking up something truly mischievous to take out the Krusty Krab once and for all. It's time for SpongeBob and Patrick to get their minds off of their defeat and have some fun at Glove World with Sandy Cheeks. The crew can make their way into the amusement park through the revolving gate. There's a convenient ice cream stand right next to the entrance where Patrick can get his gluttonous hands all over the cones. Now all 3 can enjoy their time on the simple yet fun Ferris wheel. Let's just hope none of them get sick. After all that fun, it's time for SpongeBob and Patrick to take the Bikini Bottom Express back home. They can wait for the bus to arrive by the large sign and ticket booth. Inside the machine, there's a stack of bus tickets that can be dispensed by pushing this piece on the side. Now with their tickets in hand, they can wait patiently to get picked up. The bus is in the shape of an orange submarine with some red accents. There are portholes on the side and a large window in the front for the driver. Looks like the bus is right on time. Since SpongeBob isn't currently cooking any food at the Krusty Krab, we'll need someone else to step in. So thanks to Cook Unity for sponsoring this video. I just got this Cook Unity box delivered to my front door, and it's been the easiest way for me to eat better when life and work gets busy. Cook Unity delivers fresh, restaurant-quality meals straight to your door, so you don't have to spend time grocery shopping, meal prepping, or cooking throughout the week. Everything comes ready to heat up in just a couple of minutes. All you do to get started is remove the film on top of your box. If you really want a quick meal, you can warm it up in the microwave, but I chose to warm my meals up in the oven, which only takes about 15 minutes. The Cajun Blackened Salmon by Chef Chris Rattel was really good. Oh my gosh. Cook Unity works with award-winning chefs from around the country, so there's a huge variety of meals and cuisines to choose from. With hundreds of rotating options weekly and meals for every dietary preference, there's something for everyone. It's honestly been really convenient on days when I don't have time to cook and deal with dishes, or when I just want to have a relaxing evening. It can even save money compared to buying groceries or ordering takeout. Use my link down below to subscribe to Cook Unity and get 50% off your first week. After his eventful day, SpongeBob will need his pineapple home to return to, so let's build the Good Neighbors at Bikini Bottom set. It looks like Squidward is out enjoying the sun on a lawn chair and getting in a good read. He's got a small umbrella stand to keep him shaded and a grill to cook some burgers on. Upon returning home, SpongeBob will need to give Gary some much needed food. There are some small paintings on the wall and a nice lounge chair to sit on and watch TV. After taking a nap in his bed, it's time to spring into action and annoy Squidward on his day off with this giant leaf blower. And why not steal his car as well? Yeah, it looks like SpongeBob is gonna need some boating lessons, which means it's time to enroll at Mrs. Puff's boating school. The set comes with a driving course that he'll need to complete in order to obtain his license. In the center of the school is the iconic lighthouse attached to the classroom. On the front of the lighthouse, there are multiple portholes and a blue door. Above that, there's a spinning light behind blue glass, which is topped off with a yellow roof. And inside the lighthouse, there's a ladder and rack of tools. The classroom has a blue roof with a sign displaying Mrs. Puff's boating school. There are also two windows with green shutters on either side of the front door. Inside the classroom, we can find this unique Mrs. Puff figure standing by the desk. And behind her is a chalkboard with a boat diagram drawn on it. There are also two clamshell seats in front of a trophy cabinet. And it looks like the duo devised a sneaky way to give SpongeBob driving tips through a walkie-talkie planted inside his head. Now it's time for the driving test. The course is made up of a starting line, a ramp with a fiery ring around it, a red wall, an anchor obstacle, and the finish line. With SpongeBob's emergency, we'll need to race him to the hospital to get checked out. Inside the emergency room, there's a poster on the wall showing the anatomy of a fish, this X-ray of SpongeBob's skeletal structure, and a machine displaying his vital signs. There's also a small desk with a computer to check in incoming patients. Behind the operating table are a couple vials next to a small sink with empty drawers and a small medicine cabinet. With SpongeBob safely on the operating table, the doctor can administer an IV to put him under for his operation. While under, SpongeBob begins to have some crazy dreams, like his adventure aboard the Flying Dutchman. The ghostly minifigure of the Flying Dutchman comes with a wispy tail, a sword and backpack, and a green pirate hat. His boat is a mix of dark brown and green, with a few windows on the stern and some ghostly lanterns. On the mast there's a skull and crossbones sail and a crow's nest on top. If SpongeBob and Patrick aren't careful, they might just have to walk the plank. But their eyes are set on finding the hidden treasure with this map. And it looks like they finally found land. Stowed away under some brush is a functional cannon, but that's not what they're here for. It's time to find the buried treasure hidden inside this cave. Now with a chest full of gold, SpongeBob and Patrick are finally rich. With all that treasure, SpongeBob and Patrick obviously had to spend it on a rocket ride. The exterior of the rocket is lined with portholes, metal plating, and a solid door. Inside are two levels with a rack of tools, a pilot seat with a monitor of the moon, and a control station down below. With SpongeBob, Patrick, and Sandy suited up for launch, they can make their way into the rocket using this lift. Once inside, it's all systems go.
3, 2, 1.
It looks like they landed a bit short of the moon, but it's okay. They can use this lunar vehicle with a storage attachment to collect some jellyfish samples. But most importantly, Sandy can rightfully plant the acorn flag. Okay, it looks like there's a Bikini Bottom undersea party, and Patrick is in charge of the beats with his DJ table and set of speakers. The houses are even fully decorated for the occasion. SpongeBob definitely won't be needing his alarm clock to wake him up. The party is just getting started outside, and Mrs. Puff has come to have some fun on the merry-go-round. There's a food and drink stand decorated with balloons, with beverages, popsicles in the freezer, and a delicious cake. SpongeBob and Gary are having some fun on the seesaw, but there's still one important person missing: Squidward. He's annoyed with the loud party outside his house and tries to drown it out by practicing his clarinet. He even tries painting, but it's no use. After some thought, he finally gives in and brings a present along to give to SpongeBob, which makes him the happiest sponge in the sea.
Squidward.
Finally, SpongeBob is awake and fully recovered, which means it's time for some more Krusty Krab adventures. From the front, this set looks pretty much the same as the other Krusty Krab. However, entering inside leaves quite a lot to be desired. There is a small safe with some cash, a table for a Krabby Patty, a cash register, and a tiny grill for SpongeBob to flip patties on. Yeah, that's not good. It looks like Plankton has finished constructing a Build-A-Bob to finish off the Krusty Krab once and for all. Inside the giant mechanized SpongeBob, an enlarged Plankton stands ready at various control panels. He can operate the eyes, mouth, and hands of his weapon of destruction. Below the control room, Plankton can catapult jellyfish projectiles out of the mouth of the machine. This may finally be it for the Krusty Krab, and all of its memories will be gone. Or is it? The Krusty Krab reigns supreme for another day, and order is restored in Bikini Bottom. All thanks to the heroics of SpongeBob and Patrick.
Goodbye.